Hi, I'm Sarah from the upcoming. A real pleasure to have you here with us at the 81st Venice Film Festival. Maybe just by way of introduction, in your own words, you can tell us a bit about Basileia. What can audiences expect when they go into this film?
Thank you so much. I think they can expect many things. They can expect an adventure film with supernatural elements, even some would say horror elements. A very thrilling film, a film about nature, a film about taking something that does not belong to you and the consequences of that. And then they can expect beautiful images of Calabria, of the Aspromonte area. And I think many layers. They can also expect to make their own opinion about it. I think the film is it doesn't shove a theme down the throats of the audience. I think it really it wants the audience to make their own story. Yeah.
As you sort of mentioned there, it's a complete genre mashup, really. You know, it doesn't fit neatly into a category. I mean, maybe something along the lines of a dark fairy tale, but elements of thriller, the supernatural. So when you read that script, did that just jump off the page to you? And then particularly this character of the Irishman, what appealed to you about playing him? How did you see him?
So reading the script, it did jump off the page to me. As you say, dark fairy tale. I love that expression. I was very intrigued by the script, and I think because it has so many different elements, I had to keep reading it, and then over and over and over again. And what appealed to me about the character was he's very passionate about these artifacts, and he has a lot of knowledge about it. I truly believe that this is his big passion. So on one side, he's very passionate, and on the other side, he's very cynical because he does not find them and take them to make other people knowledgeable about them. He takes it to earn money, to make a profit. His passion and his very cynical side appealed to me because I think that's very human, and I think he has a lot of blind sides, blind angles. He doesn't necessarily see how wrong it is what he's doing. That appealed a lot.
You know, as you said at the beginning, it's not, hitting you over the head with a message, but in the way that you can sort of read it on different levels, in the way of, this is an area that can't really be gentrified or harnessed in a way because of the brutality of nature, because of the harshness of nature. And through his character, it's almost like he's trying to be, albeit perhaps in some innocent way, but he's trying to be that force of colonizing this place, and ultimately, comes up against resistance. So, could you almost follow that through line through this character?
Absolutely. That was very much what I read into it and what appealed to me and what I thought was very beautiful, because he has a sense of entitlement. He believes he has the right to do this. And I think that speaks into so many things about being a human being, about what's going on in the world, about our earth, how we treat it, how we treat each other. So absolutely.
And obviously the setting is not just a backdrop. It is so integral to the storytelling. So seeing it on screen, it looks like there were quite harsh conditions. How did that play out for you in reality, being in these woods, in this fog, in this mist?
It was beautiful. It was, and it was a huge gift because the elements did a lot of the job for us and for me as an actor, because it was all there. So everything you needed to react to was there, and we were there under nature's conditions. So if it could change, and then we had to adapt to that, and not the other way around. And I really liked that, which was also in a way opposite to how the character would like things. He wants to be in charge of it. He wants to control it. But you can't.
And in Aspromonte, I was reading about how, actually a lot of the people we see in the background are people local to there.
Yes.
So non-actors, but of course bringing so much authenticity, that you just can't replicate. So What was that like for you as well, collaborating with those people? Did you almost feel like, you were living there? Did you have to kind of, have a bit of a run up to the shoot to sort of immerse yourself in this environment?
Yes, so I arrived a week before we started filming. We stayed in a small village called Antonimina, where the actors in the film were mainly from this village, and they were amazing. First of all, just very lovely, kind people, and then they, of course, they know these elements. They know this nature. They have it under their skin. And I think you can really see that in the film. And they were just so natural on camera. And the way Isabella directed them and talked to them, it was fantastic. And I just had to look at them, and then something happened inside of me. It was easier for me to act with them. That was fantastic. And and uh, and then we have Angela Fontana and Kudo Saihorn, who are experienced actors, and they were also amazing to work with. And I think that blend of people who have never been in front of a camera before and people who were used to it was really, really lovely.
I absolutely love these nymphs, are we calling them? These goddesses of the past, something, appearing from Greek mythology. I mean, just casting such, striking images. I mean, I don't know how much of that, you saw unfold on set, or is it something that really perhaps hits you more when you see the completed film? But what was it like seeing all that take shape?
It was wonderful. It's fun because the character I play doesn't necessarily have that many scenes with the nymphs, but we would see each other in the mornings at makeup, and I would always be very surprised and a bit frightened because they look so amazing and wonderful and scary, and because on one hand it's also a very realistic film about a guy going digging, and then you have these elements. Some mornings I would be in realistic mode. This is a natural film. I'm just a guy digging, trying to find these treasures, and then I would see Angela in full makeup, and whoa, okay, this is also a part of the film. This is also the film we're doing. It was wonderful. And then seeing the final film, I think it blends in beautifully and very naturally. And I really also love that element of the nymphs.
Genuinely quite scary.
Absolutely, absolutely.
You wouldn't want to be caught in those woods.
Nope, nope.
And so in terms of the takeaways, as we've discussed, people can sort of take it on a few different levels. But, also, seeing Isabella as a director and creating something so unique, it does feel very refreshing in the current landscape of cinema. I don't think I've seen anything that quite has this same tone or this blend of genres. So, what do you hope people take away from watching it?
I think exactly that. I hope, first of all, a beautiful experience of watching the film, watching these beautiful images that I hope will do something to the audience. I know it does a lot to me watching it. Depending on who you are and where you are in your life and how you look at life, I think you'll take different things away from it. I know when I watch it, what I take away is definitely what happens when you think you have the right to take something that is not yours. And that could be one way to look at it, but there are so many ways. And I think depending on who you are, and you'll take something different. But I hope they will take something, and I think people will.
And how would you characterize Isabella as a director? And, what do you think it is that she brings that does make this film so unique?
Integrity, love. She evokes confidence in you as an actor. Patience. She's very open to your thoughts. And at the same time, I think it's clear she has her own vision, and which is very clear. I think she's an amazing director, and I can't wait to see what she does next. It was a big pleasure working with her.
What are you going to be working on next, and what do you think you might take from this project into your next one?
Many things. For me, this was a whole new way of making film. The whole set was very close and tight. Cliche of one big family, but it really was. Working with Kudus and Angela and all of the actors in the film that were from that small town we shot at. I got to experience actors not acting. And as an actor, that's always what I strive to do, like not act. And that was very inspiring. So I think I was very lucky to develop as an actor, and that's a big privilege. So this experience and this film will forever be very much connected to my heart.
Do you already know what project you'll do next? Do you know what role is next?
Next, I'm doing theater in Copenhagen, where I live. A production of Henrik Ibsen's Peer Gynt, and then after that, a Danish television series, which I think could be really good.
And how's it been for you having the film here in Venice?
It's been amazing. It's a huge privilege. It's wonderful to get to travel. It's wonderful to get to come to Venice. I think this festival is amazing, and I'm just very proud to be here. So it's been amazing, and it's fun to share with. There's a lot of people from the film here. It's lovely to share with them.
I'd see it in audiences watching it and getting creeped out.
That's going to be so great. I can't wait.
Well, thank you so much for sharing all that with me. Huge congratulations on the film, and best of luck with the next projects as well.
Thank you.